Hello, my name is Erin Dawson. Full disclosure, I work with one Brett Terpstra. Um, that is what I do for a living, which is to work with Brett.
Less
But
so than you used to. We've kind of moved to different
yeah,
themes, but yeah.
I hate that. But in my real life, my waking life, my sober-ish life, I am a musician, and more specifically, a black metal musician with a project called Genital Shame, for which I just got back from a tour a couple weeks ago. Started in Chicago, played my hometown, Pittsburgh, went to Montreal, Baltimore, Brooklyn, Boston, and ended in Cincinnati. And really,
Nice.
it was kind of uneventful. Usually with tours like this, you're spending 6 hours on average a day in a van with, you know, boys with, may or may not have stomach issues. So
Maybe have good smells.
that could be an atmosphere creates in the van where you look up and you can start to see cloud formation. um, but I'm happy to say, by the end of it, I want to spend more time with these people. My
Wow.
backing band is a band in its own right called Stander from Chicago. But when we're on the same label, so when we tour, they're my backing band. But highlights include playing Brooklyn. We played Saint Vitus. This, I don't know if you're familiar.
Saint Vitus.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you're familiar, Christina, but it's sort of a metal institution in Brooklyn. And 2 days after Genital Shame played, they were shut down. Hopefully temporarily. They still are for noise ordinance stuff.
Damn. Okay, and
Slid
what part
in
of Brooklyn
right
is it
under
in?
the
What part of Brooklyn is it in?
Greenpoint.
Okay, so all right, so it's been gentrified a lot, but still to get a noise
Yes.
ordinance complaint, that's impressive.
Genital Shame is, I'm trans. Maybe some of the themes in Genital Shame are about being trans, though not really. But even that little bit of information does attract trans listeners. And the trans community is very incestuous for sure. But on the road, I keep an arm's length, really, in the green room, in the Greenpoint green room. But not really. It's funny. I am quite silly in real life, but my music is not. So it's a hard balance for me to strike, and it's something I think about a lot. Just what I say between songs, right? The sort of crowd work
Banter,
you're doing.
yeah.
In Brooklyn, actually, before our last song, Mike, my guitar player, broke a string and had to change strings on stage right before our last song. And this is the the most nerve-wracking gig. But so I had to vamp for 5 minutes, and my eyes rolled back in my head, and I just did bits. And I think I even said this is an anxiety dream in real life, where you're on stage, the lights are on you, many people are looking at you, and you're expected to entertain, and you have nothing to say. There is no script, but it worked out. So
awesome.
I used to, if that happened to us on stage, I used to start playing Crazy Train on bass only. And people would be like, yeah, keep going. And then eventually the string would get fixed, or the amp would get replaced, and I would stop because I can only get so far using just the bass on Crazy Train.